is going to, further our transgender
Oh
education
yeah,
military.
tampons in the boys'
Tampon
bathroom.
Tim gonna
Yep. Yeah,
promote transgender education for our military guys. No, hey, how about we be like Israel? We go in and take care of business.
mhm.
Hi, welcome to Texas Top Chicks. I'm Gwen and this is Viv. Thanks for being here. If it's your first time, welcome. If you're
Yep.
coming back for your poison, welcome back. We've got a lot to cover today. We
Tons.
have, my goodness, the 1 year anniversary of the October 7th, which is going to be really hard for me. I had a really hard time when that happened, hearing the disgusting things that went on that
Mm-hmm.
day. And then we
Mm-hmm.
have a whole bunch of stuff like the Pennsylvania Trump rally with Elon Musk, and just what do you want to talk about today?
Oh gosh, we've also got the hurricane, one that's
Oh,
finished and
right,
one that's on its way, and
right.
all the little mysteries around that hurricane.
Yes,
So we've got,
yes.
yeah,
So let's
yeah,
start
we've
with
got a ton of
October
stuff.
7th, since it is the
Yes,
anniversary. And
yes, let's do.
I just want to say right now, if you are a denier, you are
Mm-hmm.
an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
They,
Straight up.
Hamas taped it with their own GoPros.
Yep.
So all those horrible things that happened were caught on camera by the
Yes.
people who did it.
Mm-hmm.
So you are just showing yourself to be a complete blithering Holocaust denying idiot if you
Mm-hmm.
think that October 7th wasn't that bad or whatever. And you know what? If you see all that and you know all that and you think it's okay, then you're a rape
Oh,
apologist. You think
I'm
it's okay
sorry.
to rape women and
If
children.
if you think it's okay, there's a special place in hell for you.
Right.
You know?
This is just,
Sorry.
and our government saying, you need a ceasefire, you need a ceasefire. What?
Mm-mm.
Ceasefire? When people are shooting missiles at them, they're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to ceasefire. So if someone shot missiles at America, would we do a ceasefire on our
Mm-mm.
side? Like,
No.
this is so
Oh, well,
ridiculous.
no, 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 I take that back. The current government probably would.
Oh
They
yeah,
would
they
let us
probably
get
would. They'd say,
killed.
"Come on in.
Just
Hey, you know
yeah,
what? We already let a bunch of your terrorists in our country
yep,
already.
yep, yep.
So come on in. The
Mhm,
door's
mhm,
open.
yep.
Unless you're Republican, then the door is
Right.
closed. But
Yeah.
if you want to take over our country, come on
Mhm.
in.
Yep, yep. If you want to
And
come here and kill
mm,
people's pets and eat them. Oh, there was a locally a guy who owned a $30,000 cutting horse, had his horse stolen and
I heard
eaten.
about this. Yes.
$30,000 cutting horse.
Mm.
You know, that's like one of your children. So,
It is.
golly.
Well, I always say about the October 7th, you think that was okay. Or you think that the response to what happened is, overscaled. Okay.
Uh-uh.
No, if
Mm-mm.
someone come into your home and cut your dog into pieces in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
you'd go burn down their house.
Yep.
You
Yep.
would burn down their house and you wouldn't think a thing about it.
No.
So this happened to children and grandmothers and,
Mm-hmm.
moms, nursing
Right.
moms with babies that were nursing. This is,
Mm-hmm.
they lit babies on fire. They put
Put
babies
them
in
in the oven.
ovens. This is disgusting.
Yep. Yep.
So no, they're inhumane, and
Yep.
whatever happens is totally justified.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was just for scale, then I guess Israel could go in and rape and burn their women alive.
No,
I mean, it's just
I
so
wouldn't do that.
stupid. I hate
This
these
is this is
arguments.
yeah, I do too. And I hate the fact when bless them for thinking of this when they started setting off the pagers and the stuff like
Hmm.
that. It's like, ooh, that's ingenious, Israel.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Because they were taking out the individual terrorist. I mean,
Yes.
it was unfortunate that if that person was in a marketplace and some other people got hurt, but they didn't just go in and blanketly bomb and rape
Yes.
and pillage like Hamas does.
Right.
And Hamas puts
And they
all of
did it to
their
the people who were actually
the terrorists.
supporting. Oh yeah,
Yes.
Israel went in and targeted the terrorists.
They did.
Hamas went in and targeted the
Targeted
people
the
who
innocent
were
people.
paying them to work and the
Hmm.
people who were supporting them to
Yep.
be in Israel.
Yep. Yep. The innocent
Just
people. Hmm.
disgusting. I mean,
Yep.
I'm so disgusted with our young people who, and by the way, guess what? This whole stupid colonization thing that people keep saying. First of all, if you're not living on your native land, you're a colonist, so shut up. Okay.
Hmm.
Number
Yeah.
two, in 1920, Palestine was a British colony. It takes a
Right.
quick Google search to figure
Yep.
that out.
Yep.
Palestine in 1920 was a British colony.
Hmm. Yeah.
Stop with the stupid colonization thing.
Well, and
It
stop with
makes me insane.
the two-state solution crap and all that
Oh,
stuff.
that they
It's
don't even
not a
want?
solution. No, it's
That the
not a solution.
Palestinians don't want?
No, they're just like, I mean, that it's just like they just
Stupid.
want yeah, no. Oh, and then our brilliant vice president said that she refused to acknowledge that Netanyahu was a close ally.
Oh, okay.
She's so worthless. She's
Okay,
the
she
most
is. And do we want her really? Come on. Or do we want the
no.
guy who goes back to Pennsylvania where he was shot
Yep.
and almost killed? And I don't
Hmm.
know if you watched any of that, but he literally, Elon Musk comes up on stage
Yep.
and
Yep.
starts speaking. And what does Trump do? He basically steps out of the protection. He's
Hmm.
standing there on stage. I mean, this man is so courageous. I can't even
Right.
believe him.
I know. I know. I know.
I mean, do
Yeah.
we want someone of courage or do we want someone who's whiny
Right.
and nasally and
Oh,
has
and
never done anything? Like literally, like
nothing.
how is she qualified to run a country and a military?
She's
Like,
not qualified
and
to
then her stupid
run her own
counterpart,
family.
her vice president
That
pick,
dimwit.
what a
Hmm.
dipwad he is.
Yep.
And
Yep.
what is he gonna, further our transgender
Oh
education
yeah.
military?
Tampons in the boys'
Tampon
bathroom.
Tim gonna
Yep. Yeah, and
promote transgender education for our military guys. No, hey, how about we be like Israel? We go in and take care of business.
yeah, yeah. Well, that during the debate, we kind of touched on that for a minute. The he did at one point. What did he said? Well, I'm just a knucklehead, and I went, that's an understatement. And then
Jeez, really?
and then they asked him about his time in China, and he said that he was there at the time of Tiananmen Square, and they fact checked him on that. I couldn't believe they actually did that. It was the moderator said, well, according to the travel records, it looks like you were there later in the summer. And he started him hawing around and, well, but the reason I was there is I was
Oh,
a poor kid.
brother.
He started doing like
This
he
is
does.
a
I'm
lying
from a
piece
middle
of
class family, blah, blah, blah,
doo-doo.
blah, blah. But he was talking about what a great education he got about their country, their government. And I went, and who does that?
Right,
Who does that? Who goes over there to study their government?
right. I don't care about their government. I don't
No,
want anything to do with their government.
unless you want to
Emulate
replicate
it.
their
Yep.
government in his
Hmm.
country,
Yep.
and which is what they
Exactly.
do because he's communist.
Exactly.
He's straight up communist, and so is she.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, not
Mm-mm. Yep. No, thank you. No, thank you, Tim. No,
no,
thank you, Tampon Tim. You can just
nope,
go back to your
yeah,
weird state that's out of control and
yeah,
where you say people have freedom and yet you have your neighbors spying on the neighbors there to
right,
see if they're
yeah,
vaccinated or not. Okay,
right,
no.
yeah,
No, you
and
can
then
just go back to Minnesota.
hmm
Actually, Minnesota, you need to get rid of Tim.
yeah. Oh, Minnesota
You need
needs
to
to do a lot of things,
get
but
rid of Tampon Tim. Let's get,
yeah,
yeah, no. I mean, not violently. I mean, let's just vote him out. Let's
vote
just
him
get rid of
out.
him.
Yeah.
He does a lot.
But
Mm-mm.
JD Vance had a really, really good look. I mean, I loved it when he, would just kind of look at Tim and he had that, what is he talking about? Kind of
Yeah.
look. He looked presidential. He looked composed and calm, and he had
He's a
good
good
answers.
debater. He reminds me of
He's
Ted
very good.
Cruz with
Oh
the
yeah.
debates.
Well,
He's
they're both
very
very
quick.
smart men.
He's very
Mhm,
clear,
mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decisive. I like
Hmm.
decisive people in
Yep.
government.
And concise. He doesn't go ramble on
Mhm,
because you
mhm.
know what? You only ramble and you only giggle
When you don't
with
know
a
what you're doing.
nervous laugh is when you don't know what
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay, you know what, Kamala? You know what? You keep saying you're going to change this. You're going to make the economy better. You keep saying you're going to do these things, but no plan to do them. No, we have no details about it, right?
Mm-mm.
And yet you could do it right now. Do it. Do it now.
But
Let's see
and
it happen. You can
and
do it. Let's see it. Prove it. Prove it
the
that you can do
thing
it.
that bugs me so much about this though is the fact that she's talking about fixing what she and Joe screwed up.
Right.
They
Right.
screwed it up. There was all these
Exactly.
problems didn't exist when Trump left office. It was all of the executive orders, opening the border and shutting down
And
Keystone and
her
all the other
bragging
stuff.
about Bidenomics. You notice that
Yes.
they don't say the word Bidenomics anymore because it
Well,
was so unpopular. That's why. But she was bragging on it. She said it was great.
yeah,
She kept
yeah,
telling people, hey, the economy's doing great. Okay.
right.
And then all of a sudden, now she's campaigning for president. She's trying to
Mhm.
distance herself from it.
Yep.
No, sorry. Sorry, no pumpkin. Nope. Mm-mm.
But there's a lot of stupid people out there that will believe her.
I
They will
know.
say, "Oh yeah, she's going to fix it," and I'm going, "But she screwed it up. Why are you going to give the person that screwed something up the opportunity to fix it when they don't have any again, she said that her values have not changed. Her values are communist values.
Well, yeah,
They're
she's
about
right.
her
Her
personal
values haven't
power.
changed.
No, exactly. Take
Yeah,
her at her word.
right.
It's kind of like when Obama said, about hope and change. He's going to fundamentally transform this country. I
Yep.
went, whoa, stop.
Yep. Yep.
This country does not need to be fundamentally transformed. What do
Yep.
you mean? But everybody's going, oh, it's hope and change. Just
I
like
know. It's like a catch
joy.
thing. It's like the stupid marketing thing, like with
Hmm.
commercials. If we say
But
this really
they're marketing to
stupid,
stupid
catchy
people.
thing, then people will just stupidly come and pay money. I mean,
Yeah,
and really, in America, are we that dumb? Like, have we got
half the
there?
population is that dumb,
I know. I know.
Gwen. You know
Mhm.
it is. They
I know.
are.
I know. Look at what's happening in Florida.
Oh my God.
Look at the disaster. Okay.
I
Okay.
have
Can
heard.
we just say that when this happened, when Bush was in uh, charge of the nation,
Mhm, mhm,
he was raked over the coals
mhm.
for what happened in Louisiana. He
Right,
just was annihilated.
right.
And yet, like nothing, there's no reporting on this. It's all these independent conservative people that are
Hmm.
down there showing us the pictures. And yet the media is just like, oh, we don't see anything.
Well, and
We don't see anything.
Joe Biden said these people are getting all they need. They're just getting all they need.
Yeah, yeah, except for when you see them interviewed.
Oh
Then
Lord,
you're
it just
like,
breaks my
okay, yeah,
heart. It
no.
breaks my heart because I mean I've
I
pulled
think
some
someone
things
said they're
here.
getting a $700 check or something like that.
Okay, here's
That's
what
all
it
you
is.
need,
Okay,
really.
but here's what clarify that a little bit. It's $750 per household.
Well,
Household.
then yeah, you
And
could live the rest of the
and
year on that.
right. And then you have to look at the amount of money they sent to Ukraine, which
Oh
figures
my
out to over
gosh.
$4,000 per person
Oh
that
my
they've
gosh.
gotten.
That
So,
is
oh,
ridiculous.
and here's something else. It says, golly, where's that? Oh, so Kamala has said that the people of Lebanon are facing an increasingly dire humanitarian situation. I'm concerned about the security and well being of civilians suffering in Lebanon and will continue working to help meet the needs of the
Wait,
civilians
what?
there. Yeah,
What?
whoa. Here's the best part. To that end, the United States will provide nearly $157 million in additional assistance to the people of Lebanon for essential needs such as food, shelter, water, protection, and sanitation to
Oh
those who have
my
been recently
gosh.
displaced. I think
You've
everybody in North
got to be
Carolina,
kidding me.
I think
Hello.
people in the
When was
Carolinas
the
need that.
statement? Do you know when the statement was? Was
It
this
was on her.
before
Oh
the
yeah, yeah. It was recent. It was just last couple of days, and it was on
Oh,
her
nice, nice. Yeah.
her
Everyone in
at VP
Florida
post.
and North Carolina and Georgia, bet you're really happy about that statement.
Mhm. That decision was
Unbelievable.
made after the hurricane hit the Carolinas.
Unbelievable.
And here's the thing. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm just getting so much news about this. Um, Woman on the ground in Carolina who's lost everything. She said, "I apply." Okay, first of all, the only way you can apply for this FEMA assistance is online. Now, think about
Oh,
it. Most of these
no
people don't
internet.
have electricity right
Yeah.
now. And but she managed to get to some other place and she applied and she said that she was denied,
No,
denied,
no,
as well as most of her
no.
neighbors. And you know why? Because
Because she's
she,
a Republican.
no, well, probably, but no, it was because the question they asked is, do you have homeowners insurance? And she said yes. And they said denied. And I went,
Oh, so lie.
what
Just
does
lie.
what does homeowners insurance have to do with needing food and water? What can a homeowner's policy
Right.
do to provide food and water if you are in a dire
Right.
crisis?
That is so
My
true. And how long
God.
does it take to get your any check from any kind of insurance company? I mean, it takes forever. It's not
Okay,
like they just
okay.
show up the next day with a check for you.
Well, look at, okay, here's an example of that. Go back to Maui, Lahaina.
Oh, yeah.
That's been over a year now. I don't remember exactly. It's been well over a year. There are people still in Lahaina who have not been given any kind of insurance
Yep.
on their homes that got burned down,
Yep.
and the government is holding all that up. They say that there's like a 12-foot a screen wall all around Lahaina, and they're not letting people in. Wouldn't it be crazy if one of the richest lithium deposits in the world was right outside of Asheville, North Carolina?
Hmm.
Wouldn't it be
Hmm.
crazy if the largest lithium mining company in the world, 3 days before the flood began, submitted the permits for their mine right outside of Asheville, North Carolina? Wouldn't it be crazy if the mining company was just given $250 million in
Hmm.
grants to help with construction of their mine near Asheville, South Carolina?
Oh,
Wouldn't
wow.
it be crazy if less than a month before the flood started, BlackRock acquired 2.2 million shares of stock in this mining company?
Wow.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the residents that opposed the mine had their homes and property destroyed?
Whole bunch of money. But Trump has been raising a whole bunch of people. And I
Yeah,
think
yep.
that last rally, I want to say
Oh my God, did you see the pictures of
I
the
was like
sea of people
insane.
as
It
far
was
as you could see?
absolutely insane. I don't even know how the people in the back were even like hearing anything. I
I
don't
don't
even know.
either.
It was crazy. And that's
Yep.
Pennsylvania. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's not like we're not talking about, Panhandle, Texas, where we'd all
Mm-mm.
like flock
Yeah.
there, you know.
Yep. 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 Yep.
I mean, it's not like super what do you call it, friendly territory for him,
Mm-mm.
you know.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But
They
yeah, the
love him.
numbers, I mean, the thing doesn't matter though. Like Elon Musk said, it doesn't matter because if you don't get out and vote, you can
Mm-hmm.
like him all you want. But
Right.
right now, we're in voting time right now. There's states that have already sent out the ballots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Get those ballots in. Vote.
Okay. Here's a scary thing I'm really worried about. The people in the Carolinas and Georgia and all these places that have been devastated. A lot
Hmm.
of them, the whole town is just gone. There's just nothing
Right.
there. How are these people going to vote? I take comfort in the fact that Charlie Kirk has been doing his what he's been doing, going out onto college campuses, and he's starting. He's talking about the Gen Xers. He said they're voting for Trump. He goes, "There's a lot of them voting for
I
Trump."
hope
So
so.
hopefully those people will counter what we're losing in other places. But I still think they're going to cheat. They're going to cheat. They're going to cheat. They're going to cheat every way they can
Yep.
because. But if Trump doesn't win this time, this country's over the cliff.
Oh, it is.
I
It
don't know
is.
how we'll
Yeah.
ever,
We're
ever,
we're
ever turn
screwed.
anything back.
We're
And
screwed.
it's even if he wins, it's going to be hell turning the ship around.
Oh, that's a stupid thing. This is what I hate. If he wins, we get the bratty children out on the street rioting and destroying our cities.
Yep.
Okay. If he loses, our country goes to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, now if he loses, are there going to be Republicans rioting and tearing down cities and
Have they ever done
destroying?
that?
Never. Like,
No.
who is doing this? It's like, and you can say, well, January 6th. You mean January 6th when 99% of the people were just walking into the White House with the door held open by
Right.
the security? Is
Right.
that what you're talking about? Versus blocking policemen in their headquarters and trying to set the building on fire while they were in
Well,
there in
and this whole
Seattle?
thing, and this whole thing about that they were there to overturn the election. No, They were there to make their voices heard, that there were questions in the
Right.
states.
Right.
And it was totally constitutional and procedural for them to send those ballots back to the states and have them recertified. This just came to me today. It says in all caps, President Trump won Arizona in 2020. Maricopa County illegally issued 58,550 standard ballots to early voters when Law 16579 required provisional ballots. The election is null and void. America cannot move forward until 2020 is corrected. Illegitimate officials removed now. So there they are, 58,000 votes that were cast illegally, and they can prove it, and yet everybody still keeps saying
Yeah.
that the election was not
Nothing
stolen.
to see here. Nothing to see here, unless it's a Democrat. And
Right.
Hillary can talk about it 4 years after the fact. And yeah, what a
Oh
piece of
yeah,
work
and
she
she's
is.
still, and that's another thing real quick that she even said. Let's find that one real quick. She was talking about oh my gosh, where's that? Censorship. Oh, she said last month Clinton suggested during an appearance on MSNBC that Americans accused of interfering in U.S. elections by spreading propaganda promoting former President Trump should be civilly or even criminally charged.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, hey,
Texas, man, we got to get Texas
we
tough, and you've
have
got to
got
go vote. And
we
remember, you're
every
not only
American.
voting for the president, you're voting for your senator and your congressman and
Yes.
your dog catcher. Vote. If you vote, I'm sorry, if you vote Democrat, you've lost your mind.
Right.
And the example of that is what's being done by FEMA to these poor people in the ravaged areas of this country.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yep.
will only get worse if you vote Democrat.
And you're voting for your country. Try,
Yes.
remember, your vote can save our country.
Mm-hmm.
Get Texas tough and vote right.
And remember, if you hate a man more than you love your country, you are part of the problem.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
Oh, that was a good ending. I like that. We might have to
Yay.
save that one and do that over again. I like that. It's like, remember, I like a pointing. Like, get them. Get them.
Not my words, but I use them now.